Yo, how's it going? All right. How's it going, guys? We got another video that I'm going to do for you. Now we're going to explore a little bit about the blues scale and the minor pentatonic scale in relation to a minor blues. Now, hopefully you watched the video already where I talk about how the blues form fits and how you make it a minor blues is in there, which the 1 and the 4 are minor instead of major. And so if you haven't seen that yet, go back and watch it because you should have that as a primer before we get into this stuff right here. But what we're going to do now is we're going to see how the minor pentatonic and the blues scale fits in with the major blues. I'm going to do the same thing with the minor blues, and I'm going to start publishing some minor blues tracks and putting them on YouTube, which I got one ready that I'm about to publish that I'm going to play along with here to show you some examples. So for this one, we're in the key of E flat minor. Not an easy key, but that's okay because we got to be open to using all kinds of different keys. We don't want to just focus on the easy ones. They're just more familiar, so don't get caught in that. Let's look at everything. So on the blues form, on the 1, what you have is the minor 1 chord, E flat minor. And so what you're going to do actually, instead of what we do with the major blues, where we do the minor pentatonic and minor blues scale that's based off of the 6th, here we're going to do it based off of the root because it's already in minor. So we're going to do it in the key, since we're in the key of E flat minor, we're going to use an E flat minor blues, which is, hopefully you know your minor pentatonic scales by now. Sorry, I might have said blues. I meant E flat minor pentatonic. So pretty easy. It's all black notes, right? So let's see how it relates. So this is pretty straightforward. I mean, it's actually simpler in a lot of ways than the major. So here's your scale in comparison to the 1 chord. So you got the 1, obviously that's the root, and then you got the minor 3rd, right? Then you got the 11, which is in the key anyway, so that fits really nice. And the 5th, which works really well, and the 7th, which works really well. So it makes so much sense. It's really easy because it's right in the 1st chord. It's super simple. And then in 4, so we're over to the 4 chord. So now we are at A flat minor, right? A flat minor. So in relation to that, what's the scale related? How's the scale related? So in the bottom, on the 1st of the scale, you have the 5th, right? So that's the 5th of the chord. And then you have this guy, which is the 7th. So that fits pretty good, right? It's the 7th of that minor 4/7. So that fits really well. And then you have the root, right? Beautiful, the root of the 4 chord. And then you have the 11, which is in the key anyway. Actually, I'm sorry, no, my bad. The 9, which is a beautiful note to have on that chord. And then, right there, that's the 11. And it's in the key anyway, so it fits. It's totally, totally cool, right? What's the next chord? And then the 5, right? Which is, sorry, I messed up. That's why it didn't sound right. It's actually B flat major, right? So in a minor key, the 5 chord is also major, just like in major keys. So it's not a minor key, even though 1 and 4 are minor. So the 5 is a major chord because it draws you back, and it helps draw you back to the 1 chord. But on the 1 chord, how does the scale fit? So that one's a little bit out. It's the 13. or I'm sorry, the 11. Doesn't really fit that great, but it's in there. And then, ooh, that's a little crunchy because it's a flat 13 and it's got that half step right next to the 5. A little crunchy on that chord. So, and then there you got the 7. The A flat is the 7 of B flat 7, so that works really well. And then you got the root of the chord, right? And right there you got the sharp 9, which is a really jazzy feel. Sharp 9, you know, it's like, because there's the 9 of it, would be the C. Sharp 9 would be a half step up. So that works really well too. But overall, it actually, all of them work really, really great over those 3 chords if you're playing a blues, a minor blues that only has those 3 chords and it doesn't have a lot of substitutions. But even with substitutions, it's still going to work anyway. I'm going to jam along with the track that I made, and let's see how it sounds. I'm just doing a E flat minor pentatonic. See how easy it is? Because this particular key, it's all just the black notes. I missed. You get the idea, though. You see what I'm saying? It works really well. It's a great scale that's going to work over that. So, just like I did in the other video, let's check it out how it relates with the blues scale. So, an E flat blues scale is going to be just like the minor pentatonic, but with that extra tritone in it. So in this case, it's that A natural in between the A flat and the B flat. Oops. All right. So over the E flat, it's E flat minor. It's pretty crunchy. You might not necessarily want to sit on it a ton, but actually it might be kind of hip if you just like hit it a lot. It's going to work a lot better as a passing tone, but you can look at it as a color tone. You know what I mean? It's that tritone in there. Let's look at it from the A flat minor perspective. It's a flat 9 instead of the 9. Again, super crunchy. And then over the B flat major, B flat 7, it's a major 7, super crunchy. So the B flat, so the E flat blues scale in this case doesn't work as well. It doesn't work as well if you're going to be hitting that A a ton, that tritone. However, it's going to be great as to use as a passing tone, as something that you can use as a color tone, maybe if you want to mess with it. But it would work. It would work. It just depends on how you use it. But as a passing tone, it's probably going to work the best. Let's try it out. I used it as a way to build tension. So it does kind of work. You can make it work, but you really just got to dig into it and double down. But using it as a passing tone is the way to go. That's an introduction. Just hopefully you can use that and enjoy that. Take it easy. Thanks for coming by. Let me know if you have any questions. Can't wait to see you next time. Peace. So let's try it out. Thanks.